Hey guys, I'm back with another one of my collectibles. Today I have Gigapower's Swoop. This is called Gauntier. It's HQ05, and I've been waiting a long time for this. So here we go. Let's just take a look at the box real quick. They always have beautiful artwork on their box. They have this is a master scale, so it's a little bit larger than your typical masterpiece. It's a third-party figure, and I've been waiting since I think 2014 for this one. And there it is again, HQ05R. This is the blue version. There's also a red-chested version. So not going to go too far into the box. There we go. So here is the figure. This is beautiful. This is the swoop I've been waiting for. Comes with obviously instructions. Really nothing crazy there. This is what it looks like on the front of the package when you open it up, and then this is the back of the styrofoam. That's the base and extra head and stuff. We'll go through all those accessories as we move along here. All right, let's go ahead and let's remove Swoop. Let's take him out of the box. And I gotta say, this is an awesome piece. It's got some really good weight to it. Not as heavy as the other Dinobots that they've done, but you know, he's obviously a smaller figure. It does come with these little accessories. These are actual little spotlights, remote control spotlights actually. These were, I believe they were only included with the early pre-orders. I don't think the later pre-orders are going to get them. I think that's a added bonus kind of thing. But really nice they added them. And then they've got the little rocket launchers. And they actually the lights actually came in a little remote control, so that was pretty neat to have that. Don't know if I'll ever use the lights, but hey, you know, it's an extra accessory there. And on the back, you just have the base and stuff. So I'm going to take all that stuff out of there and get that all ready. And we'll start taking a look at the base in just a minute here. All right, so here's the base. So you can see it's got some rubber pieces on the side. A lot of detail to the base. There's not really a ton of paint on it. A little bit of paint on there. The stand for Swoop to put him up in the air does have a little bit of paint on it. But yeah, I mean, really a lot of detail on there. These little two plastic pieces that I'm pointing to here, you actually have to pop those off in order to use the flight stand. So there's two different modes. You can use it with the sealed mode, which will allow you just to put Swoop directly on the stand, or you can do the flight mode, and the flight mode requires you to basically just pop these little plates out. So just take a screwdriver or something, just pop them out real carefully there. And once those plates are popped out, it'll expose all the holes. And basically, those are the holes you're going to use to basically plug in the flight stand. And it's a really thick, real thick plastic, very heavy plastic for that flight stand there. And it's got some nice painted detail on the side of it as well. So you're basically going to lock in that front piece and the back piece. Just lock it in. And that's pretty much about it. You can see the tabs are all filled in there. And you got yourself a nice flight stand. And like I said, it's real thick plastic. You know, it's actually pretty nice. I think the original design was for them to have a little bit more painting on the actual base itself. But hey, I'm happy with it. It is a base, and it's not really what you're going to be looking at. You're going to be looking at the actual figure. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll move along here. So now that we have the base, we'll take a look at the rest of the accessories. Like I said, these are the little spotlights. They do take batteries. I didn't have the special batteries. I think they're like CR44 or something, or CR125. Can't remember what it is, but honestly, I probably will never use them as far as putting batteries in there. They are, you know, like I said, it is a nice accessory that they added. They even painted the little arm that it actually comes with. I mean, you could see that they've got some red paint on there. They got some black paint, some silver paint on the hydraulics. So actually, you know, it's pretty cool little accessory. And like I said, I'm not too sure if that accessory is included with all of them. Like I said, I think it was just a pre-order bonus from what I remember. I pre-ordered this a long time ago, back I think October of 2018, I believe. That was the pre-order for it. So, but this has actually been in design. This figure's been in design since 2014. So, Gigapower's they're a little bit on the slow side of releasing figures, but they don't sell any other figures. That's it. You know, that's all they have is these Dinobots. They're not making any other figures, so they don't have the constant revenue that all these other companies have, you know, where they're constantly making figures left and right. You know, so these guys are just a group of guys that really, really love Dinobots, and they've put a lot of love and care into these Dinobots. Here's a little remote control it comes with. I mean, it's just a little remote control. It is cool, though. There's no IR blaster, which means that's RF. So it's a radio frequency controller, and that means that's a RF transmitter, and the little LED lights have the receiver. So all RF, which is a little bit more expensive component-wise than your traditional infrared. So you don't have to point it directly at those little spotlights. You can just... you can do it from sitting on your couch without actually having a line of sight. That's the beauty of RF. And they actually painted the remote as well. I mean they're doing some good stuff here. They really are. They really pay attention to detail. And you know, those arms are articulated and everything. Comes with the blasters, Swoop's blasters, which is nice. It has like a metallic gold kind of a finish on there. I don't know if I like the gold metallic. Maybe I would have liked chrome on there for the bronze part, but it's okay. All right, so now you have you get 2 of the red energy swords, so that's kind of cool. And these do actually take more special batteries, and they have LEDs in them, so they light up, which is nice. I will never probably put batteries in them, but it's nice that they have that light up feature. All right, we'll take a look at a couple more. So this is that's for the flight stand, so that'll actually attach to Swoop's chest, so we can put him in flight mode. And this is actually to hold both of the energy swords and to plug into Swoop's back in robot mode. So you can take that little adapter and it'll hold the swords together. And then finally we get a secondary head. So this head here it's a little bit of a different face sculpt that's on there. So we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at that here in a minute. I mean, it's nice that they include this stuff. This is the more sinister looking face sculpt. It's got the red eyes and just more of a angry, upset Swoop. You know, and like I said, it's just fine. It's possible that when they release Grimlock, which, you know, could take another 2 years, who knows, but if they release Grimlock, that, you know, there's a chance that there could be an additional head sculpt. Those faces actually just kind of pop right out of the helmet, so you know, there is a chance to have an additional face added in with the next figure. A lot of third-party companies, they do that. They add additional additional heads and faces in with the you know, with their next release figure. All right, and there is Swoop there, just kind of standing there with his wings closed and his head sculpt there. That's the head sculpt that it comes with, pre-installed. All right. So I think the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a little bit of the transformation here. Alright, So I'm not going to go through a full transformation, but I am going to kind of go through a little bit of it here, just to kind of give you an idea here. It's a very simple figure to transform, honestly. But yeah, you basically just unlock the legs from his back. It's a very G1-esque kind of a transformation. And then there's these little clips inside the inner thigh there that you basically just kind of open up and kind of, so the leg kind of locks right in there and kind of closes up real nicely. Very simple. The feet are really easy. They're solid die cast. There's a decent amount of die cast on this figure as well. You just pop open the back plates and then flip up the feet. The feet have nice paint on them as well, blues and blacks. So that's it. I mean, it's real simple to get them in. I'm not going to do full robot mode, but just wanted to. This is kind of important here. There's two little plastic clips here, so be careful with these. You basically just have to pop up those two little clips. And that's going to basically release the chest mechanism. So just be real careful with those little clips. But once you have those clips up there, there's a little button on his back that you can kind of press that will pop his arms out. So the arms are on like a little bit of a spring kind of a thing. And once you have the two chest clips up and the arms kind of pulled out, you can kind of lift the beak up a little bit, and you'd be able to close his chest. For me, I'm always doing the bot mode, or not the bot mode, but the alt mode. So. This little piece here, you don't have to put it in now, but I was just kind of showing you how it gets installed. You got to have that chest pretty much compressed. So once you compress that chest, you can put that little piece in there. It doesn't actually lock in or anything, but it just kind of sits there. But it is where that little piece allows to put Swoop into flight mode. I mean, it's a decent fit. It's not super tight, but it is decent. And once you're all done, you can just flip those little plastic clips down, and then you're pretty much almost good into flight mode for Mr. Swoop. The wings themselves have a lot of articulation, so it's pretty cool. There's multiple articulation points for the wings, and the wingspan is really crazy. It's a real wide wingspan. It's wider than Fans Toys. This whole figure is actually larger than Fans Toys. I actually had Fans Toys Swoop. Just, unlock the legs, just pull up those little plastic parts and just kind of, unlock it again, and then just move the legs up, and then it has two little pins, and you just kind of push it in. Oh, and as far as the feet, that's real easy too. This is a very nice transformer. I mean, this is very, it's just, all the joints are smooth, everything. I mean, I don't know if I just got lucky, but it's just, this is an excellent representation of a third-party figure. Die-cast feet as well. Those feet are actual die-cast as well. But that's it. Basically lock those pegs in. There's two pegs on each of his leg. It'll lock into the center, and And there you go. That's pretty much all it takes to kind of get him into the pterodactyl mode. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at the flight stand here. You're going to unscrew the, there's two different pieces, so you're going to unscrew that first piece there. And that piece that I was just showing that you're going to kind of put in Swoop's chest, you're basically going to attach that to the flight stand. So, like if you're going to use the other piece that it comes factory mounted, that's like a crotch piece, so that's like if you're going to do it in a robot mode. But if you want to do Swoop in his alt mode, in pterodactyl mode, you'll have to install that little piece. Not a big deal. Just take a little screwdriver, unscrew the old, and put in the new. That's all. Just you know, get yourself a little jewelry screwdriver. I actually bought a set a long time ago at I don't know, Home Depot or something. You can get a little set for under 10 bucks. You know, always good to have the right tools so you don't strip your screws. So you're definitely going to want to get yourself a nice little set of those. But yeah, once it basically just sits there on the flight stand, and there's some good articulation poses you can get out of it. But here he is, guys. Here is Swoop. This is an amazing figure. The paint detail all over this figure. The colors pop. It's a wonderful figure. The color blue is just so vibrant. It's like a automobile paint job almost. And Gigapower has been doing that on all their stuff. His red visor there kind of it has like an anodized look to it. All the paint actually looks kind of anodized. It's really cool. The chrome is just super shiny, wonderful. Like I said, a lot of articulation points in the actual wings themselves. It's got paint on the legs, nice red inlay, lots of molded detail. And like I said, the stand itself is real nice as well. It's just, I think they knocked it out of the park. I really do. I think this is another win for Gigapower. And yes, they've been doing this for so long now. It's kind of crazy, and everybody laughs at them, but this is all they do, guys. This is all they do, is they make excellent Dinobots. They don't sell anything else. They don't do anything else. So I love them. I think they do a great job, and I am a fan. And I'll continue to buy their figures. They put so much time and effort and just care into designing their figures. It's just something I've never seen. You know, you get these other companies that are just constantly pumping out, you know, figure after figure. And Gigapower, hey, they're doing the right thing. They really are. And they're actually lower price than everybody else. You know, Fans Toys Dinobots are at $200. Swoop, I think, during the pre-order process was like $150, I believe. So like $50 difference, and it's a physically larger figure. And here he is inside my little display. I don't know if I'm going to keep him in here like this, but once again, you can kind of see him in my display cabinet. I mean, it's just super shiny. You can see all the reflections all over the place. What a wonderful representation of Swoop. And you know, like I said, they also make the red-chested version. So if you're looking for the toy version, they do have a red-chested version. So they did release two versions at the same time. And you can see store the you can see the swords in the back, so you can kind of store those in the stand as well, which is nice. And there is Gigapower Sludge. So there's Mr. Sludge. He's a very large bot. These are all very large sized Dinobots. Just very happy with them. So that's about it, guys. I think I've got one more snapshot in here of my other Gigapowers, which are right next to the cabinet, right next door. So there is Snarl and Slag. Yeah, just these Dinobots are just phenomenal. And there it is side by side. There's two cabinets that are side by side, glass door. There's glass doors on both of them. That's what that center is just a glass door. I just didn't want the reflection. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and please swing back for more of my collectibles. Take care.